It was a dusty summer afternoon when Lisa Monroe stormed up my gravel road, decked out in a colonial gown, while vying a yellowed scroll like she was auditioning for a historical drama. Her SUV blared flute music from a guy in a powdered wig, and a magnetic sticker screamed Heritage Guardians. I thought it was a prank, maybe the town's theater group, hyping up the fall festival. But Lisa's eyes burned with VY tie-in as she planted herself at my gate, ignoring my German shepherd, Rusty, who growled at her theatrics. She declared my family's ranch me home, my blood, my everything was stolen land her ancestor built in 1840. I had 6 hours to pack up or face her historical enforcement squad. I stood there, half laughing, half wondering if she'd keel over from heat stroke. Lisa called herself the president of the Willow Creek Ancestral League, a title she'd invented after binging YouTube genealogy VY Deos. Her scroll, sealed with what looked like a kid's craft wax, was a laughable forgery pose, wrong dates, and a president who wasn't born in 1840. When I pointed this out, she accused me of defiling history. Behind her, a Prius with HOA decals and a rusted truck pulled up, unloading folding chairs and a megaphone. A man in a sash marked Chief Archive VYSD started barking orders. This wasn't a stunt. It was a takeover, HOA style, with a colonial twist. I showed her my deed, stamped by the state in 1973 when my granddad bought this land. Lisa scoffed, claiming it was forged by corrupt land barons. Then she handed me a laminated violation notice for unhistorical structures and summoned 2 khaki-clad goons with fake badges from her so-called enforcement team. Neighbors gathered, phones out, whispering about Lisa's failed HOA, Cush been ousted for trying to ban basketball hoops as uncolonial. I called my lawyer, Tom Harper, who chuckled until he realized she was dead serious. By morning, Lisa was back, banging on my gate with a posse of 5, including a woman with a clipboard and a guy wielding a rake like a scepter. They'd set up a table with a sign reading Willow Creek Historical Claim Office, complete with a laptop and a solar-powered printer. Lisa announced she'd filed a community custodial hold on my ranch, while VYing her scroll toward my barn, insisting it stood on her ancestors' hearth. I told her my granddad built that barn in '75 with salvaged lumber. She didn't blink. Tom arrived, took one look at Lisa's legal papers were documents with crafting website footer sand, declared them worthless. Undeterred, Lisa unveiled a trifold board with photocopied museum pamphlets and a photo of her great-grandfather from a Williamsburg reenactment. Her expert, Dr. Felix Norton, claimed a PhD from an unaccredited online institute and babbled about ancestral soil resonance. Neighbors snickered as Lisa's group took citizen testimonies, including a woman swearing my barn was haunted by Lisa's kin. Things got weirder when I found 6 chickens pecking at my fence, strapped with GPS trackers labeled terrain mapping units. Lisa called them heritage hens conducting an HOA survey. I sent Rusty to fetch one, snapped photos, and called Tom. He was speechless. Lisa's next move was a Founders Day festival on my land, complete with a velvet cape, a live-stream speech, and a potluck for her imaginary ancestors. Cars lined the road. Some thought it was a legit event, others came for the circus. I didn't confront her, I had a plan. My friend with a drone Sarah VYC filmed her trespassing, capturing every detail for court. Then a twist, my cousin Nate, who runs a parody historical website, showed up posing as a landmark official. He cited Lisa for violating his fake National Heritage Act, and her followers fled when she couldn't produce a permit. The crowd scattered, and Lisa slunk away, scroll in hand. But she wasn't done. Sheriff Dan Callahan brought a complaint she'd filed, accusing my cattle of trampling heritage markers. Dan sighed, saying the law had to investigate. Lisa escalated, planting a GPS tracker in my pasture and filing to rezone my land. Her group chanted, "Return the soil," while she flung purifying dust onto my property. I and Ted, a reporter, to see my deed and security footage of Lisa sneaking around. His article, The Fantasy Frontier, torched her credibility, sparking memes of Homestead Lisa, while VYing her scroll like a wand. Still, she held a cleansing ceremony, damaging my fence. Dan arrested her for trespassing and property damage, uncovering a garage full of fake documents and a whiteboard plotting Operation Legacy Dawn. Lisa posted bail, vowing a counteroffensive. The courtroom hearing was a spectacle. Locals packed the seats, some munching popcorn. Lisa, in a pioneer chic blouse, waved her scroll, presenting a map with a Starbucks logo and a letter on damp printer paper. Felix's slideshow about spiritual beams drew groans. Tom laid out my deed, tax records, and Affida VYTS Pro VYing no Monroe homestead ever existed. The judge, barely hiding his amusement, ruled in my favor, warning Lisa of criminal charges if she persisted. She screamed about ancestral courts, but the gavel silenced her. Lisa didn't quit. She erected signposts claiming my land as a Monroe memorial and sprayed ancestral mist on them. I countered with a sign linking to the court ruling, which went VY-RAL. When she lured my cows out with breadcrumbs, endangering them, Tom filed for a protective order. The county dissolved Lisa's fake HOA, sued her for wasting resources, and 2 ex-followers sued for fraud won over a glitter glue badge. Lisa vanished after a spiritual retreat, her SUV gone. The county honored my ranch as a modern heritage site for standing against misinformation, and I hung a plaque for my granddad. Months later, a theater group staged Legacy Unraveled, a play about Lisa's saga. They filmed on my ranch, with actors reenacting her scrollwa VYing rants and a cow testifying. Locals turned it into a festival, laughing over shared stories. As the sun set, I sat on my porch, rusty in my feet, the land quiet and true. No scroll could rewrite my family's sweat and love etched into this soil. What would you do if someone tried to steal your home with a fake story? Is Lisa a dreamer lost in fantasy or a schemer hungry for control? Should the law crack down harder on stunts like hers? Or is public humiliation enough? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more wild tales. Thank you for taking the time to listen to today's story on Store of Good Stories. If this story touched your heart or made you think, don't forget to hit like and share the video to spread this positive message to more people. And if this is your first time here, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of the meaningful stories we share every week. Your support is the biggest motivation for Store of Good Stories to keep bringing heartfelt and valuable stories to you. See you in the next video.